holy death. Death in ancient Egypt. Images of death. Death as dismemberment. The Egyptian image of the body. Part 3. The description of old age in the instruction of Ptahhotep furnishes a well-known example of such dissolution. Frailty has come, old age has arrived, weakness has come, childish helplessness returns, strength diminishes, for my heart is weary. The mouth is silenced and speaks no more, the eyes are dim, the ears are deaf, sleep comes with difficulty. Day after day the heart is forgetful, it no longer remembers yesterday. The bone aches due to the length of years, the nose is stopped up, it cannot breathe, for standing and sitting are difficult. Good becomes bad, all sense of taste is gone. What old age does to man, bad in every way. Here, old age is described as the disintegration of the liveliness made possible by the heart, and it is ascribed to weariness of the heart. Death is a wearying of the heart. Thus Osiris, the dead god of the realm of the dead, bears the epithet weary of heart. The Egyptians had rituals and recitations whose goal was to restore, in a new form, the corporeal unity that had disintegrated in death. The most important prerequisite was to restore the heart to its former place and to awaken it, so that it could again assume its centralizing and organizing functions. Without this personal center and source of direction, the new, divine constellations into which the self was now to be inserted for a new unfolding, would not have been serviceable. From spells that deal with the restitution of the heart, we learn a great deal about the connective function of that organ. My heart, it creates my limbs, my flesh obeys me and raises me up. In these texts, the heart stands not only for life, giving integration through the blood that it pumps through the vessels, but also and above all for will, consciousness, and memory as mental media of connectivity. Your heart is placed in your body for you, that you might recall what you have forgotten. The Egyptian language had 2 words for heart, which have long been regarded as synonyms. The one is JB, and is related to the Hebrew word for heart, lebab. The other is Coptic het, and it displaced the apparently older Semitic word JB in the course of the history of the Egyptian language. The one is thus taken to be the older, and the other the newer expression for the same thing. Thierry Bardnet has found a plausible explanation for this terminological doubling or distinction. Bardnet understands JB as the insides and as a collective term for the internal organs, such as the lungs, the heart, the liver, the spleen and the stomach. JB thus metaphorically, or better, metonymically pars pro toto, designates the emotional and cognitive inner life of a person, his inner being. The Egyptians assumed that this complex of internal organs was inherited by the child from its mother at birth, through a physical, biological process of transfer. The expression JB heart of my mother rests on this physiological assumption. The word by way of contrast refers to the heart in the narrower, more literal sense. thus designates metonymically mental phenomena, such as consciousness and recollection, which are not biologically inherited, but instead are developed during the course of one's existence. The heart is connected with concepts of individuality, consciousness, and personal identity that can be held liable, the moral self. Thus, in the judgment of the dead, it is weighed on a scale. The JB insides were removed during the embalming process and placed in canopic jars, while the heart was restored to the deceased. Thus, in spell 30 of the Book of the Dead, the heart is specified as my heart of my, with the variant in spell 30a, my heart of my existence on earth. Scholars have usually taken the term as referring to phases of development during a lifetime, but recent research has made it plausible that this explanation rests on shaky ground. Evidently, we are to render it here as form. It must thus be maintained that where we find the JB heart specified as of the mother, the heart must be taken as referring, in contradistinction, to the form and existence on earth. The JB heart ensures the biological continuity that binds a person to his parents and children and enables the person to live on, in his descendants, while the heart ensures the mental and personal identity that enables the deceased to recall his earthly life and to retain his personality in the afterlife.